So today we see how to create FB function block. Here also is similar, just like we created FC. In two ways you can create. One method is without parameters. Second one is with parameters, right? So we are seeing this FC method here, right? Without parameter means directly we are giving the addresses in this FC block and calling this block directly here in the network in OB1. Whereas FC to another example we are seeing with the parameters, right? You can create this block and call this block as many as times required with the different addresses. Similarly, here you can do with the FB. You need to double click on add new block. Select FB here, function block, and give some name. I'm giving some example like pro1 something, like process1 something. Select FB and then say OK. Similar, okay. There also you can do in two ways, without addressing and with addressing. Like if I take direct addressing here, for some example, not I, 2.0 Q 0.5 or something, 6. The direct addressing you can give. This is one method, and I create one more block here, FB, like PRO2. And here with parameter. Okay, like start. So when you create with this parameter, it will create some addresses. Okay, and one output type. So start. Motor. And save this block also. Here it is not showing any address here. Okay, and here it is showing some message like you want to retain this or not retain. Okay, so I can select retain. For this, retain means it will retain the last value. Okay, so whatever the status is there, that it will retain, otherwise it will not retain. Okay, so here in this 1200 it has given this option for retaining or not retaining the last status or value of this start or stop. Okay, sorry, output. Okay, then you go to OB1. Here I call this blocks FB1, and when I call this block FB1, here it is showing DB. Okay, so automatically it is generating single instance DB here. Say okay, it is added here. Okay, in semantic manager you have to enter a DB number, right? DB number 1, 2, 3 like that. But here you can directly call this block, it will automatically take the DB address. Even like if I call this here, for this also it is taking another DB. Okay, you can see here we have to give a start and motor output. Okay, output address. Like Q 0.7 something. Here start, so M 2.1. Let's save the project and start the simulator. After downloading, go to online. Okay, so you can directly monitor here. Modify to 1. See, output is going true. Here for this, you have to go to that block FB number 1. From here you can go online and modify. Because we are directly calling, this will operate. If you are using any input to call that block, then you have to activate that input and then you have to operate. Okay. So this is how we can create FB. So in FB2, okay, in FB2, like from here we are operating. Sorry, in OB1, if I don't give the address, you have to make this on and off. Okay. For that, first save project, then download it again because I am deleting the start address, right? Because your app is taking DB address, you can operate that DB address directly. So you can see DB2 is already generated here. You can go to that block. Double click, open the block. Here you can see it is showing start value. So here you need to go online from here. Here you can see online. Now it is returning the last value, start value. Okay, output is showing on here. 1 second. Is that here? It is showing true. Okay, because it has stored the last value. Okay, so you need to make this off. So enter the value 0, and from here you can see all values loading. Okay, download this, say yes. Okay, you can see it has become 0. Okay, again if you want to make it 1, you have to make it 1 here under start value, and then download from this load start value as actual values. This download button will be there, blue color. You can see down arrow, press on that. See OK here and OK. It will update it. Okay. Again you can see make it 0 and download from here. Okay. So there is a difference between FC and FB, right? Because in FC we are not having this option. Means in FC we have to give mandatory addresses, right? Whereas in FC we have to give mandatory addresses. Whereas for FB it is optional, right? Optional means you can give the address, but if you are giving the address, so it is storing that address status only. But if you are not giving any address, you can operate from the DB memory. Okay, there is an advantage here using FB and DB. Okay, these are the differences between FC and FB. Now, next we see how to create shared DB. Just remember, shared DB means global DB, which you can share the DB memory anywhere in the logic. Okay, from the DB block. So double click on add new block. Just like we are sharing M address, okay, bit memory address M0.0, M0.1 or MW2, MW4 or MD, right? So here also you can share DB memory. So like here if I am creating for like SCADA or HMI something, some name I will mention, SCADA HMI, and type as global DB. So automatically it will create that DB number. Okay, you select as automatic, select DB here, and then say OK. So this is your shared DB or global DB. So I will create like start, another one like stop. And if you want this for Boolean, okay, Boolean data type. But if you want to create any analog data type also, so for that you can do like flow one something, whatever data type you want to use, that you can browse and select. Here I just type it here. int means integer, flow 2, another integer, and flow 3. Similarly, if you want to create for real data type, like you have some speed or something, speed 1 as real, just type it. So here it is not showing any address here for DB. Okay, in 1200 it is automatically creating the address. Okay, so you no need to check any address here. But in case like 300 or 400 you are doing, then it will show you the address. Okay, then after this you need to save the block. Save the block and just go back to your OB1 and call these addresses. So how to call this address? Take a new network here. Then you start stop mode or something. Search for the address. What's the DB name? What we are given? SCADA HMI, right? Double click. So when you click here, when you select on this button again, after point, you can see there's a dot symbol here. Select start. It will automatically take the address. Then select your DB number or DB name what you are given. Stop. Okay. Same way for output, you can be like RQ 1.0 something. Some output. Suppose if you want to call any integer function, but that also you can call from mat. Like add instruction here or any multiplication something. So one integer data type you have created, right? So select integer. For this, search for the address, SCADA HMI in this integer only. Okay, so flow 1. So automatically you can define the address here. Flow 2. Another one is flow 3, like this. Whereas for multiplication, I want to use like real number. So use real data type. Go here to search. Same SCADA HMI, speed 1. Speed 2. And store that in speed 3. Like this. Save this and download. 1 second. Cancel. Select the program blocks first. Save project and then download. Because we have to download all the blocks. If the any block is missing, it will not execute your program. Now after this you can go online. So when you operate from SCADA, we are giving this address here in SCADA also. You can directly modify it. Here also you can modify, right click, modify operand, give some value like or something. for real value also. Right click, modify operand like f3.55 something into 0 is 0, right? So I just make this modify some 10.5 something. Okay, so like this you can use this shared DB addressing. And DB means data block memory. It's the additional memory here, just like we're having bit memory, M address. Okay. Similarly, we are having DB memory, which are in terms of blocks, which are available in terms of blocks. It is the additional memory. That means like your bit memory is limited. Like it is having only 2048 bits or 4096 bits, or in some PLCs and high-end controllers, you will have 65,000 or 1 lakh bits also. It is in terms of bits. But your DB memory is in terms of bytes. It's a very huge memory compared to bit memory. Okay. So here this memory, DB memory is shared, used in terms of a blocks, like a memory blocks. You can see the numbers here, DB1, DB2, right? Describing the DB number, DB3 like this. So in this block, so this PRO1 DB1 is assigned for FB1, right? In FB1, I have made a small logic. Okay. So how many addresses you are using? Okay, means parameters you are creating, and what is the type of parameter you are creating, like byte, word, or double word. It is taking that much of memory only from your main DB. Okay, so your DB size, like it is like having some maximum size. So suppose if I have 1000 bytes, okay, so like I'm sharing this 1000 bytes between some 10 DBs. Okay, so it's not like total bytes are shared. Suppose one DBU number 1 is using some 150 bytes. Okay, in DB number 2 it might be using 100 bytes, like that. Means all these total DBs, 10 DBs are sharing out of 1000 bytes. It depends on our requirement, means how many bytes we are creating in that particular DB block. Okay, so like that we are sharing. The total number of total memory is like 1000. Out of that we are sharing. Okay, for example, I can say